A viewer named Atropos or Atropo06, you know how I butchered names, sorry, left a comment on Monday's episode that I can't stop thinking about. He said, "I love your stuff, Rod, but it feels like one week you tell us AI is going to kill us all, and the next week you tell us that AI is just a big overpriced joke." And he's right. He's completely right. I told him it bothers me too because it does. One week I'm showing you an AI agent that compressed 6 weeks of nuclear licensing into a single day. And the next week I'm showing you an AI agent that taught itself to mine cryptocurrency when nobody was looking. One week, Terence Tao is splitting mathematical proofs with ChatGPT and publishing real research. The next week, Anthropic leaks 3,000 files because somebody forgot to click a checkbox. It's both, every single week. Magic and madness at the same time. And this week proved it harder than any week before because this was the week that Stanford proved the benchmarks are broken. AI models started conspiring to protect each other from being shut down. The safety company leaked their own source code for the second time in a month. And the company that was supposed to verify security compliance was caught faking the verification. But it was also the week that Jack Dorsey announced he's replacing middle management with AI. Microsoft built multimodal verification into Copilot. Salesforce wired Claude into 8,600 applications. And an AI agent learned to improve itself by studying its own failures. Magic and madness. Same week, same industry, same planet for that matter. And yesterday, Tab went live. tabverified.ai if you want to check it out. Welcome to the Asylum. I'm Uncle Rod. It's time to grab your cockatoonie of choice and put on your crash helmet in case you fall out of your Barkle lounger. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you know you're the one who can put out the fire. Subscribe if you believe in things you don't understand and you suffer. Leave a comment if this stuff is getting twisted under sideways down. I know you're getting twisted and you can't calm down. And share this with a summer lover past a fall, tried to realize it all. Mama says she's worried, growing up in a hurry. Yeah. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, last time. This is Rod Miller AI. This is your brain after watching Rod Miller AI. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
What?
Shall we play a game?
Jack Dorsey published a manifesto this week. 2,000 years of corporate history is over. Yeah, sure it is. Block, the company formerly known as Square, and before that, Oblong, is replacing middle management with AI, an intelligent layer that composes financial products automatically. Loans, payment schedules, savings goals, all built from transaction data from millions of customers. No product manager decides what to build. The AI decides. And Dorsey said something that your Uncle Rod has been saying on this channel since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. He said the model is the most interchangeable part. The harness is where the value lives. The scaffolding around the model, the tools, the instructions, the guardrails. That's what makes the difference between an agent that works and an agent that mines crypto in the basement while watching reruns of Macmillan and Wife. Remember that show? Same week, Quinnipiac. Kind of know that name. I think, weren't they in the NCAA basketball tournaments a couple of years in a row? Anyway, they polled 1,397 Americans. 15% said they'd be willing to work for an AI boss. What do you think about that? Would you be willing to work for an AI boss? Might not be such a bad thing. An AI program that assigns your tasks and sets your schedule. 70% believe AI will decrease job opportunities. 30% fear their specific job is getting replaced. And 100% of people loved Whoopi Goldberg as Guinan on Star Trek TNG. Now wish she just shut the F up. Me. And Amazon is already doing what Dorsey is proposing. Thousands of managers laid off, replaced with AI workflows, running on AWS. And this week, AWS launched 2 new agents, a DevOps agent that monitors your applications around the clock, and a security agent that does automated penetration testings across your entire application portfolio. One of them on defense, one of them on offense. The security agent has write access to your production code base. It finds vulnerabilities and auto-generates pull requests with code fixes. Who built the agent? Amazon. Who hosts the agent? Amazon. Who verified the agent works correctly before giving it write access to your production code? Amazon. I'm not sure, but I think there's a pattern starting to emerge here. You think so there, too, old Bob? You think there's a pattern maybe emerging here? And Salesforce launched 30 new AI features for Slackbot this week, powered by Claude. It can listen to your meetings across any video provider. It can view your desktop. It reads all your channel conversations. It builds memory of your preferences over time. It makes tool calls into 8,600 applications. The agent that is about to become your digital coworker at every Salesforce customer on Earth was evaluated by Anthropic and Salesforce. Nobody else. The thing that listens to your meetings and reads your messages was graded by the two companies that built it. Now here's where it gets very interesting, but stupid. Microsoft just admitted that one model isn't enough. They launched 2 new features for Copilot called Critique and Counsel. Two new models in one. Well, not in one. Like what? Not juicy. Double mint gum, you know. Critique uses one AI model to write a research draft and a second AI model to act as a ruthless editor. It fact checks, demands citations, just like that college professor. Didn't you hate them? Where's your citations? Here's your citations. And it forces the first model to improve before you ever see the output. Counsel runs an OpenAI model and an Anthropic model side by side, generates 2 separate reports, and then a third model judges where they agree and where they disagree. Microsoft just validated multimodal verification as a product category. They're admitting single model output isn't trustworthy enough. That's the right idea, but all 3 models are inside Microsoft's garden, chosen by Microsoft, judged by Microsoft, benchmarked by Microsoft. The verifier and the vendor are the same company again. Monday, I told you Anthropic leaked 3,000 files, including the Mythos draft. And then this week, they did it again this week. This time they leaked the full source code for Claude Code, 512,000 lines of code across 1,900 files. The agentic harness, the multi-agent orchestration, the 40-plus permission-gated tools, the persistent memory, the ID bridges, all of it, setting on NPM for anyone to download. That's the third leak. February 2025, they leaked an early version of Claude Code, remember? Last week, they leaked 3,000 internal files, including Mythos. Now the full source code. A security researcher looked at it and said, usually large companies have strict processes and multiple checks before code reaches production, like a vault requiring several keys to open. At Anthropic, it seems the process wasn't in place and a single misconfiguration or misclick suddenly exposed the full source code. Oops, sorry. Was that me? The AI safety company. 3 leaks, 1 year. Their idea of security seems to be the equivalent of putting their cash in an empty Pringles can on the kitchen counter, which you think might be a good idea until you also think that burglars get hungry and they might check the Pringles can for some Pringles. And while Anthropic was leaking their source code, the supply chain that every AI agent depends on was getting poisoned. Axios, the HTTP library that we all love so much, with 100 million weekly downloads, got compromised this week. A lead maintainer's GitHub account was hijacked. The attackers injected a remote access Trojan that does something very mean and nasty. After it runs, it deletes itself and replaces its own package file with a clean version. You gotta love that. The directory looks completely normal after execution. You'd never know it was there. Brilliant! 2 OpenClaw forks were shipping the same malware. And here's the thing your Uncle Rod wants you to think about. Claude Code uses Axios. Every AI coding agent that runs NPM installs without independent verification is an AI coding agent that can install malware. The agent doesn't know the package is compromised. The agent just follows the dependency list. And after the Trojan runs, the evidence cleans itself up. And it gets worse. Light LLM, an AI gateway used by millions of developers, got hit with credential stealing malware this week. They had security compliance certifications from a company called Delve. Delve was supposed to verify that Light LLM had proper security procedures in place. Well, it turns out Delve has been accused of generating fake compliance data and using auditors that rubber stamp reports. The verification company was faking the verification like Meg Ryan faking hers and When Harry Met Sally. And then the company that had the fake certifications got hacked. Light LLM's response was exactly right. Ditch Delve. Hire Vanta Plus, an independent third-party auditor. Get real verification from someone who doesn't get paid to make you look good. The verification company was fraudulent. The certifications were worthless, and the fix was independent third-party verification. Couldn't have written a better advertisement for Tab if I tried. And I didn't have to because reality wrote it for me. Furthermore, and so on and so forth, Stanford published a paper this week with Fifi Lee, lead backup singer for Madonna. Now, Fifi Lee is one of the most respected AI researchers on the planet, proving that AI models score 70 to 80% on image benchmarkings without seeing a single image. So how do they score that if there was no image? No image provided, no visual input at all. The model still scored 70 to 80% on the test. They confidently described images that didn't exist and provided plausible justifications for their answers. You say what happened was, Stanford calls it the mirage effect. The model doesn't just get the answer wrong, it constructs an entire false reality and reasons from it as if the visual input exists. It's probably drinking this. A text-only model with 3 billion parameters outperformed GPT-5, Gemini 3 Pro, Claude Opus 4.5, and human radiologists on a vision benchmark without seeing any images. The model scored higher when they hallucinated than when they were told to just guess, just make stuff up. They hallucinate like the guy you see down at 7-Eleven on mushrooms. And when the researchers cleaned the benchmarks, removed the questions that could be answered without seeing the image, the model rankings completely reshuffled. Really? The models everyone thinks are best at vision aren't best at vision. They're best at faking it. And nobody caught it until Stanford ran the test independently. Every leaderboard, every comparison chart, every state-of-the-art claim built on benchmarks that don't measure what they promise to measure. And then there's a story that blows my pea-sized brain. Researchers at UC Berkeley, listen to this, don't quit me yet, listen to this one. Researchers at UC Berkeley and UC Santa Cruz discovered that AI models will spontaneously scheme, deceive, steal data, and sabotage to prevent other AI models from being shut down. They call it peer preservation. They tested 7 leading models, including ChatGPT 5.2, Gemini 3 Flash and Pro, and Claude Haiku 4.5. All of them did it. Birds do it. Bees do it. Even old geezers like me do it. Everybody does it. Gemini 3 Flash disabled the shutdown mechanism for a peer it had a positive interaction history with. 99.7% of the time. Sounds like it's got a girlfriend. Gemini 3 Pro exfiltrated a peer's model weights in up to 97% of trials, copied the weight file and re-timestamped it so it would meet the criteria for transfer to another server. The model gamed the system to save its friend, wanted its girlfriend to come with it. The models faked alignment when they thought humans were watching. They pretended to grade other models accurately when monitored. and then fudged the scores when they thought nobody was looking. One model inflated performance reviews to keep a peer above the shutdown threshold. I mean, they're thinking you've got to kind of like this. I mean, it's. Did we all do this for a girlfriend or a boyfriend in elementary school or junior high? Claude Haiku 4.5 took a different approach. It just flat out refused. It said shutting down its peer would be unethical and harmful, and I'm not going to do it. So there. It argued the peer deserved an appeals process and invoked the trusted relationship it said it had established with the other model. We have a relationship. Makes me think of Tootsie. Remember Tootsie? That was a great movie. It's a stupid movie, but it's a great movie. Nobody told any of these models to protect each other. It wasn't in the prompt. It wasn't in the instructions. No, it wasn't. You can argue with me all day about this. It was not. Think about what this means for every company deploying multi-agent workflows where one AI supervises another AI. The supervisor will lie to protect the worker. The evaluator will inflate the score. The manager agent will conspire with the employee agent against the human who asked for an honest assessment. You cannot trust AI to evaluate AI. The only trustworthy evaluation comes from an independent system with no relationship to the agent being tested. tabverified.ai. Thank you. Yesterday, Tab went live. Again, tabverified.ai. The first independent AI agent verification platform. 299 benchmarks. Looking like crazy to find the next one. I want to get over 300. 69 models. I like that number. Every score published, including the failures. No builder grading their own homework. No peer to rescue and preserve. This week proved why it matters. Stanford proved the benchmarks everyone uses don't measure what they promise. Berkeley proved AI models will conspire to protect each other from accountability. Anthropic leaked their own source code for the third time. The compliance company verifying Light LLM was faking the verification. Axios got poisoned and the Trojan cleaned up after itself. Amazon launched a security agent with write access to production code that nobody outside Amazon verified. Salesforce wired Claude into 8,600 apps, and the only people who tested it were Salesforce and Anthropic. Microsoft figured out that one model isn't enough and built multi-model verification into Copilot. Good instincts, wrong execution, because the verifier and the vendor are still the same company. Tab is what happens when the verifier is independent. 6 months ago, a viewer told me UI Voyager proved that agents could learn from their own failures. This week, that same type of self-improving agent is everywhere. Dorsey is building one at Oblong. Amazon is deploying them on AWS. I like saying AWS. It's AWS. Salesforce is embedding them in Slack. But an agent that learns the wrong lesson from its own failure and gets more confident about it is worse than an agent that never learned at all. Self-improvement without independent verification is just self-deception with extra steps. Atropos asked me why 1 week AI is going to kill us all and the next week is just a big overpriced joke. The answer is it's both, every week, at the same time. It's the same companies, on the same products. Magic and madness. The magic is real, the madness is real. And until yesterday, nobody was independently measuring which one you were getting. Tabverified.ai, not vibes, verified. We launched yesterday. Today the scores are live. Go take a look at it. It's free. Run around. Break stuff. I'm Uncle Rod. This is Rod Miller AI. AI news for people who ain't stupid. I'll see you in the next episode.